So let's just put Salvador here back into autonomous mode. Okay, so in this mode, this is the one where all the sensors do something. Obviously, it's oh. Oh dear. I fear that the cabling. Oh, Salvador, stop it.
Dalek unit status 100% efficiency awaiting input.
Oh.
Yes.
See what I mean? We'll move. Do you?
Dalek motive unit is locked out.
That's right.
Yes.
Do you recognise the Doctor?
I obey. Memory banks engaged. Doctor. Time Lord. Dalek enemy number 1. Override priority is to exterminate. Exterminate. Exterminate.
Bit concerned about the way it decided to align itself just then. It's gone all the way round. The wiring has now just gone all the way round on the inside. On here, how can I show you that? Just here, the wiring has now wrapped itself all the way around the inside of the. But that's actually, you know what? That's actually not a problem. As long as it doesn't do it again. Let's just see what happens if I flick this off and I go back into RC mode, into autonomous again. Can't wait to show you. I really can't wait to show you Salvador working. Oh yeah, that looks like it's working okay now.
Dalek unit status 100% efficiency awaiting input.
Dalek,
Yes.
see that? Guard area.
Understood. Dalek unit engaging guard mode.
Tied yourself up in knots a bit. No, don't do that. Whoa. Okay. The head unit is actually having more problems than I thought. So, we're making progress. And as you can see, Salvador, for it is he, is back together. Apart from a few bits at the back. So, that was quite fun, especially we're working out the screws. There's 2 or 3 sizes of screws in various places, and it took me a while to work out which was which. Remember, because it's been a while since I did this. So there's larger screws in there. There's a whole load of screws underneath because we've got them for the attachment of the skirt section to the base and the outer bumper as well attaches to the base. I also have just remembered in time to reconnect the battery terminal to the correct points on the compartment. So that's been done. All I need to do now is put on, so I've got a missing hemisphere there, that needs to go back on, and I need to sort these pieces out and these. I'm hoping that the small grill sections should go back reasonably well. I think they're more or less right to start with, so all I really need to do is just get them fitted in. There's a lot of existing glue on there. I'm semi-loath to remove it really. Let's just see if any of that will come off. Not easily is the answer. I'm going to super glue over this anyway, so I don't think it's really an issue with the existing glue. I don't see myself taking this apart again, even if there's a major problem. I can't see it really happening. So although I will put the batteries in and I will test this out before I do that. It would be a bit of a bit daft to commit to putting those back unless I know it's all working. So I've got some batteries, and I will just put the hemisphere back because that makes no difference. But the rest of these I will leave until I know that everything is safe and sound. Hey, so all is not well. As you can see, I've had to take the base off again. Went to insert the batteries, and I think the set of batteries, small set of batteries, is fine. And I've got positive 6.3 volts. So that's my 4 AA alkaline, AA alkaline batteries right there, doing their thing. But the outer batteries, that is to say the D cells, checking those out, well, I checked them on a battery tester, and these seemed okay at the time. Now they're old, but they are, they're chunky, and yeah, they've been used a lot, but they were still reading okay on the battery tester. So, but I don't know whether under load they're okay. So I thought, okay, that's fine. I'll install the small batteries. They're on 1 voltage path, and I will put the other ones, I will use the bench supply. And when I did that, I got nothing happened, and I must admit, actually, first of all, I realised that I may have been connected to the wrong thing, albeit that it shouldn't have actually been connected to anything properly. And then I tried the right way around, and it was actually the bench power supply was actually losing, couldn't maintain voltage, so there was a heavy short circuit somewhere, and so I've now had to take the lid off again. Okay, yeah, I've had to take the rear section off of here again, mostly because I cannot get at the wire otherwise. Oh, there it is. So, trying to make sure I don't stress that wire too much, so let's bring this out again. Now, I just established that the short circuit I was experiencing was not due to well, I've sorted out a couple of wires, so I think it wasn't due to anything on the baseboard, unless it was one of the wires I resoldered, which actually is possible. But let's see what happens now when I start this up. You know the old song, when you start me up, I'll never stop. So let's get the bench supply out again. So I've got, the reason I'm doing this, by the way, is because I don't have another 4 D cells. I'm going to have to get some more of these because these are definitely expended, I think. I don't believe that they're still working. But I will try them again once this short circuit situation has been sorted. Okay, which I believe to be the case. Now let's just turn it on. That's more like it. Okay, so it was actually a wire on the base that was causing all that grief. And now we're in remote control mode. I know you can't see the back there. Right, here we go. So I've got power on, and the RC is on. It was working, and suddenly it's not. Oh, right, okay. That's because I know it's like the power, the instantaneous power taken by these motors. Yeah, it can be too much for the 6-volt supply. So I must remember not to run the 2 motors at once. Head and eye rotation is actually working okay. The motor rotation is working okay. So let me just, now that that's the case, I think what I'm going to do is put the batteries back in and try it at running around again. Let's just bring you down a bit. Oh, hello. And we're calibrated, right.
Dalek unit. Status 100% efficiency. Awaiting input.
So everything does seem to work now. But let's have a quick chat, shall we? Dalek,
Yes.
do you recognise the TARDIS?
Understood. Memory banks engaged. TARDIS. Superior Time Lord travel device.
And that's it. Gets very animated about the Doctor. He's pretty sort of ambivalent about the TARDIS. I get the basic information. But as you can see, everything is actually working. It's running around okay, talking to me, out responding to things. All the electronics are there. It's just the cables. Oh, the cables are doing my head in. Especially, tried to make sure they do this one's head in as well, because I've got one of the cables here that it keeps recalibrating its head position, and the cable ends up wrapping around everything inside. So I now need to undo that and sort of unwrap it and put it back. And I'm just praying that it won't keep doing this, because it's a bit worrying when it wraps. It goes all the way around. I'm pretty sure it's not meant to have that cable tightly wrapped.
Dalek motive unit is locked out.
Yes, I know. It's a good job too. Right.
Yes.
Okay, let's turn you off. There we go. Oh, if only the Doctor had found that switch underneath each of the Daleks, he could just have turned them off, right? I mean, wouldn't that have been easier? I often wondered if they could have had an episode where one of these went rogue and actually turned out to be the real thing in miniature. But I do wonder if that might have affected the toy sales at the time. People would be terrified, wouldn't they? So never mind. Here's Salvador again. We are back on the bench. We've just had a little run around completely autonomously. It's not perfect. It's not like a Roomba. It's not as good as mapping out your floor. But it can move around, and there are some ultrasonic sensors. I'll just turn around here. Just here at the front, there are some ultrasonic sensors that help with, and infrared motion detector as well, that help with finding things. But not much obstruction detection anywhere else. The 3-position microphones, there's one each side and one on top, do help with the working out where the sounds are coming from when you ask it to do things, and it will turn towards you if that's the case. It's, by modern standards it's basic, but this was built, well over 20 years ago, as a result of Doctor Who coming out again with Christopher Eccleston. It's just fantastic, really. What a great toy. What a great model. Sorry, I'll get a bit enthused about it. So I'm going to start putting all the bits back together. I do finally feel confident that we've got there, and I now need to finish, put back all the screws I just left out just while I was checking everything. All the base screws are back in, so it's literally just the back of the shoulder section here. Everything on the back here needs to be put back in. These need to go back on. They need to be bent around into place and refitted, and there's a couple of, as you saw earlier in the video, we've got these grill parts to put back in, and yeah, that should be it. Look what I've got here. These are the instructions to Salvador, my friendly Dalek here, and, or not so friendly maybe sometimes, and this gives me a load of information that I'd actually almost forgotten. I remembered where these instructions were in the end, but I've actually not used them very much. There's a whole bunch of different commands on here which I'd forgotten it will do. Now it's a little bit old-fashioned. It's not quite natural speaking to it. So let's give you an example. So you can ask it if it recognises things from its memory bank. So I can say, Dalek,
Yes,
do you recognise the Cybermen?
I obey. Memory banks engaged. Daleks do not recognize this inferior species. They are listed only as deleted.
I've not heard some of these for so long. I'm so chuffed with actually getting this unit back up and running to this level.
Yes,
Follow me.
patrol mode impaired.
Oh, okay. I have to press the button. There we go. Dalek,
Yes,
follow me.
understood.
There's no point looking over there. I'm over here. I don't think it heard me say the right thing. So the other one. Hello, yes, I'm right here. Still, you know what? I used to be terrified of these when I was a kid, and it's still a bit creepy when one of them comes right up to me, even if it's only 18 inches tall. Dalek. 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 Off. Certain modes it doesn't seem to be able to get out of. Dalek.
Yes,
State purpose.
understood. I must exterminate all other life forms.
It's even got like a standby mode. If you tell it to conserve energy, it will go and sit in the corner. It will plot an attack. You can put it in plot attack mode, and then you can tell it, you can pre-program 10 different movements.
Yes,
And sometimes it thinks it's heard you.
I obey.
Oh,
Dalek unit engaging standby mode.
it's incredible how much effort has gone into this. For example, if you tap the head, it will respond to you, apparently, but it cuts off the microphones when the head's moving. Obviously, someone thought to themselves, hey, the microphone's going to be overwhelmed with noise if the motors are moving. And, the code is clever enough to actually deal with that situation. Dalek.
Mode.
Dalek.
Yes,
Do you recognise the Genesis Ark?
I obey. Memory banks engaged. Arc Genesis transdimensional Time Lord artifact acquired by superior Dalek strategy after the Time Wars.
Dalek.
Yes,
Do you recognise the Time Lords?
understood. Memory banks engaged. As superior technologically advanced species, they were exterminated.
Ah, but we know Gallifrey stands, don't we, folks? Dalek.
Yes,
Do you recognise emotions?
understood. Memory banks engaged. Daleks do not feel, does not compute. Restate question.
All I can say now is this has been a very successful rebuild. Everything seems to have gone back together. I'm just going to turn off from here. Unlike the other one, I can't really get this one to talk to you. So yeah, been very happy with the rebuild here. The head motor and the eye motor, I definitely had to take it apart because the head and eye motor were stuck. I think they just got to maybe a flat spot or something, and they just got stuck, and it just took a little bit of running the motors on the power supply just to get them back into some sort of order. And having done so and having rebuilt it, I'm very happy. So I'm glad I never saw through my other idea, which was to build the Amazon Echo into this one. I'm glad it's back to its original, pretty much to its original status. 100% efficiency possibly is overstating it, especially with the repair I had to do to the sucker arm and everything, and the back of it. But actually, I was going to bring you in, and you can see for yourself at the back sections here that that one's sticking out very, very slightly, but I've super glued these sections back on, and also the little grill pieces in the neck also went back on very well. So it's hanging together pretty well considering its age, and I'm very happy with that. Okay, so this has been another Trev Talks Tech. Thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you've found this interesting. Thanks for viewing me, and maybe think about liking and subscribing. You know what to do, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.